Hey man, Black House Booking here with another video, and this video today will be special to me anyway, and it will be special to some of you guys who grew up loving SmackDown being your favorite brand. Oh man, this is a love letter to my childhood. Hopefully it'll be a love letter to your childhood as well. I get to change the structure up in this video. I could just talk and just chill. Don't gotta worry about structure and format. I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, and then have some pictures for you guys to look at and just go through why I've always loved SmackDown and I always preferred it more than Raw. But if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I got some great content. If you look at my old videos, fantasy booking, things of that nature. But thank you guys for stopping by, and let's get right into the video. Man, as a kid growing up, I didn't really have cable all my life. At certain aspects of my life, it might be on and off. But growing up, I mostly had the basic channels, and SmackDown was on Channel 9. Yeah, SmackDown was on Channel 9, UPN 9 at the time. Yeah, I'm showing my age a little bit. Born in 95, so I grew up really watching the Ruthless Aggression era. Of course, I knew about, like, the Hardy Boys was so famous, like, you would know them no matter what era you grew up in. I knew about Stone Cold and The Rock and everything like that. But wrestling for me was John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Batista, JBL was the baddest of the bad for me. The Undertaker, Teddy Long was always the GM, when I was really watching wrestling really heavy. And then we had, tag teams like Deuce and Domino. That might make some of y'all feel old. Deuce and Domino, Brian Kendrick and Paul London with Ashley. Rest in peace, Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was really my era. Eminem, I loved Johnny Nitro and Melina, dog. I was so mad when they got drafted to Raw. I loved Eminem. I knew they were heels, but I always thought they were great. Carlito was my guy before he got drafted to Raw. I used to love Carlito. Really spit in people's face with the apple. I wanted the t-shirt so bad, but my mom wouldn't let me get it because I couldn't wear it to school. I loved that era of SmackDown, but before I even was introduced to Raw, I wasn't introduced to Raw until I bought my first video game where I owned the game, and like, I wasn't just playing it. Of course, I played SmackDown, Just Bring It, Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, all that type of stuff. But the game that introduced me to Raw was SmackDown vs. Raw. I'm like, what the hell is Raw? And it was 2006. 2006, I was in the 6th grade, and that's when I really started to get in tune with wrestling, started watching Raw and things of that nature. So for me, it was always SmackDown, dog. Like, bro, Batista, the World Heavyweight Champion, I didn't even know there was a WWE Championship. I just thought the World Heavyweight Championship was the only belt, and I thought Batista was that guy, bro. Batista used to go crazy against his opponents. And I was around for other gimmicks as well. You guys know Kevin Thorne is ECW when he was Mordecai on SmackDown. I saw that. They were going to build him up to face the Undertaker, but that never came to fruition. Yo, Deuce and Domino had one of the best themes ever. I love doo-wop and like Grease and like that era. Of course, I wouldn't be around that era because racism, but I love Deuce and Domino's gimmick. And then when I found out that one of them was it one of them or both of them was from Jimmy Snuka's son, maybe? Might be tripping. But yo, I love that gimmick. The Boogeyman, that shit used to scare the fuck out of me. I don't know about any of you guys, but yo, the Boogeyman was fucking terrifying, dog. I used to be scared shitless watching SmackDown at night. It was dark outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my room by myself. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you, bro. That shit used to scare the fuck out of me, dog. But I like the Boogeyman a lot. I wish he could, like, do appearances here and there. Like, he don't even be in the Royal Rumbles and stuff no more. I wonder what the Boogeyman's doing. And with Finley and Hornswoggle was one of the, besides Mini-Me from Austin Powers, was one of the first small people that I really knew about. And Wee Man, I know about Wee Man. I was a young kid watching Jackass for whatever reason. But yo, I always knew Finley was good. Even though you're supposed to hate him and he was his heel, Finley and William Regal, even at a young age, I knew that they were technical savvy wrestlers, and they should be praised for what they're doing. Even though I didn't necessarily like their gimmicks, what little kid is wearing a Finley t-shirt unless they're from Ireland, and even so, they still might not be wearing it. But now I have a much more appreciation for Finley for what he's doing, you know, behind the scenes, you know, putting on for these ladies, helping them produce matches and coach and stuff like that. And, you know, he got a son, so hopefully his son could make something happen as well. William Regal's the fucking GOAT. When he won King of the Ring, I think he was on Raw, but when he won King of the Ring, man, oh my gosh, I was so happy for William Regal. William Regal is that fucking guy, bro. He survived generations, bro, with that shitty gimmick. But man, I love William Regal, man, as a performer, and you know what he does behind the scenes. Shout out to William Regal, man. I hope he getting his money. It's well deserved. But let me get back to why, you know, I always loved SmackDown. So, like I said, you know, not having cable for whatever reason, you know, growing up as a young kid, you know, being able to be exposed to WWE, you know, on you know, regular television was amazing. And I always thought SmackDown was a superior brand. At times, for some reason, SmackDown always had more like superstars to attract people to the product than Raw at certain times, which is why I really think they bring it back to draft. Even now, Roman Reigns, even though he shows up on Raw sometimes, he's primarily on SmackDown. Primarily, he's on SmackDown, right? Yeah. Bray Wyatt. Say whatever you want about what's going on right now, but that's a main attraction. What show is he primarily on? He's on SmackDown. The Usos had both the belts. They're on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of people. I mean, now I think Rhea Ripley is going to be primarily on SmackDown. Charlotte Flair is on SmackDown. Bayley used to be on SmackDown. She was the women's champ, and Sasha Banks was with her most of the time. You know what I'm saying? All the ladies, the SmackDown Women's Championship is more prestigious than the Raw Women's Championship. When you think about the Raw Women's Championship, you primarily think of Becky Lynch having the best reign with that belt, and now you think of Bianca Belair, and Asuka's held that belt. But when you think about like SmackDown Women's Champion, all the women that we love now have held the SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Liv Morgan, we got Rhea Ripley, we got Bianca Belair, we got Becky Lynch, we got Bayley, we got Sasha Banks, we got Charlotte, we got this person, have all held the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's more prestigious than the Raw Women's Championship. The Universal Championship is not more prestigious than the WWE Championship. However, don't forget that the WWE Championship was on SmackDown. JBL had it. John Cena had it. Then he got switched to the other brand. You know what I'm saying? Then he got switched to Raw. Don't forget who held these titles. Who, you know, where the title used to be. The World Heavyweight Championship used to be on Raw. Believe it or not, it did. The World Heavyweight Championship used to be on Raw. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, you know, the belt that Eminem and London and Kendrick had, I kind of like those better than the World Tag Team Championship that were on Raw, even though, you know, the Hardys held those belts, the Spirit Squad held those belts, Rated RKO held those belts. That's the only edge I could probably give them. That was clever. You're a smart guy when you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, SmackDown... SmackDown is the everyman's show. It's on, you know, it was on a public network that people can access. You know, Fox, even you know, Fox, even when it's on Fox, it was on UPN9. It was always accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, SmackDown was always accessible. Raw, it always seemed like something that I couldn't watch because it was Monday night. It's a school night. I gotta go to bed. You know, SmackDown was on a Friday. So, you know, I could watch it on Friday. Even when it was on Thursday, I would still get leeway because Friday, the next day, is school night. But it's like, it's Friday. You're not going to do much on a Friday. You know, that was the thought process. You know what I'm saying? So, it always made sense to me that SmackDown would resonate with me more as a fan. Because Raw, it also seemed more adult as a child. Raw had the live sex celebration. Raw had the women barking like a dog and Vince McMahon slapping ass. Now, SmackDown has some things too. John Cena did slap Stephanie McMahon's ass on SmackDown, and when Tori Wilson was on SmackDown, she was looking good all the time, making little boys feel certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? But even Raw had the commentators that were puppies and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that SmackDown put me onto wrestling, and without SmackDown, I would have never became a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never been introduced to the brand. I would have never even considered, you know, going back to watching wrestling full time. Even SmackDown brought me back when I took a hiatus. around the time like Kevin Owens became the Universal Champion, stuff like that, I wasn't really watching wrestling like that. And then I tuned in one day and something just drew me back to watching SmackDown. I don't know what it was, like, and then that made me, go back to watching wrestling again. And I'm like, oh, this is fire. We got some new people that I'm not familiar with, but this is fire. And that's how you know the impact of SmackDown is, heavy, because I stopped watching SmackDown because my favorites were starting to go away. Edge retired. Edge is my favorite superstar all time. I knew Undertaker's time was coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? Batista retired. I'm like, and other guys were going to Raw. Even though I had access to watch Raw, I just wasn't interested. Raw was longer than SmackDown. Raw was a 3-hour show for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I have a shorter attention span as a young man growing up. I could just watch SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think, though. I just wanted to, just spitball some things, some podcast style, instead of having a structured video where I gotta talk about this point and this point. I just want to know what you guys think about the impact of SmackDown and how great it was as a show. Do you guys prefer Raw or SmackDown right now, and what did you prefer in the past? Not ECW. Do not mention ECW to me. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Thank you guys so much for the love, man. We trying to go to the top, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the gang, man. We out of here.